Hi, I'm Bobby Hood. I'm an online tutor for the SAT and ACT, as well as for graduate school tests like the LSAT, GMAT, GRE, and the MCAT. I've created zenPrep as a way to share my tutoring strategies with people all over the world. So let's talk about the zen of taking standardized tests. So you may have realized, you may know that students generally always find standardized tests to be very, very stressful. Let's think about what it's like to take one of these standardized tests. You sit down, they give you a lot of instructions. You're worried about time management. You start with question one, you do a few questions, you start getting bogged down, you get stuck on questions, you start worrying about how much time is left in the test, and it's hard to focus. And you lose your focus and you can zone out, and suddenly then time is running out and you haven't gotten through the whole test. The zen of standardized test taking is about changing your attitude completely towards standardized tests. And this is something you may already understand. For instance, it's like if you're playing a sport. Your attitude when you're playing in a game or taking a standardized test will completely affect the score you're going to get on that test. If you come into a sporting event, come into a game you're going to play in, and you think this is the most important game ever, or you start thinking about what you're going to do, right? You start thinking about the motions, you're not going to do well at all, right? You're going to get in your head, you're going to overthink things, you're going to stress yourself out. Instead, do like you do in sports. Think about what you need to do if you're in sports or if you're in the band or whatever it is when you're about to make a big performance. You clear your head, you stay in the moment, and you focus on the things that you have trained to do over and over and over. Those things have become muscle memory in your brain, right? You just let the muscle memory take over and react to things. It's exactly the same way in standardized tests. You do need to know strategies for how to approach questions, but once you do, if you've practiced those strategies enough for them to become muscle memory, then you can remove almost all of the stress out of the test. So what you're doing is the zen of standardized test taking is when the test begins, start with a calm attitude. Take a few deep breaths before the test begins. Visualize something that is positive and happy, even though you're not very happy to be there. And when you open the test and question one or passage one is there in front of you, just be in the moment. There's only one question at all times during the test, which is my highest and best purpose in life right now at this moment to do this question or read this reading passage, or to skip it and go do something else? You don't have to take the questions in the order they give you. You don't have to do the passages in the order they give you. You are in control of the test, and you can take whichever parts of it you want in whatever order you want, if the test allows that, right? And so you simply look at that question and say, should I be doing this question right now, or should I be skipping it and doing something else? And once you decide that you are going to do this question or read this passage, then think only about that question or only about that passage. Don't worry about time. Don't worry about your score. Just simply do that question to the best of your ability until you're done and you've gotten the correct answer. If you find yourself getting stuck or zoning out, then this isn't the right question for you to be doing right now. Go do something else. There's always another question that you could do that would be a little easier for you, right? Save those things you don't like until later in the test. If you do start finding yourself getting stressed out, stop. Give yourself permission to stop for a moment during the test. Go to a happy place, right? Think of a happy place in your mind, whether it's, like an imaginary world or a book you've read or a movie you've seen or listening to a band you like. Close your eyes for a few seconds and go there. And then when you feel yourself becoming calm again, open your eyes and start taking the test again. That's the way to progress through the test. And don't worry about time, because as long as you are constantly working and doing things and your pencil is moving, and you skip off of any questions that are taking your time, wasting your time, where you're spinning your wheels, then you're going to continue moving and getting points, right? All you need to do is keep getting another point and then another point and another point. This is the backbone of all of my test taking strategies that I teach students. And over the coming months, I'll be sharing videos that explain how to use these strategies specifically in all the different parts of the test. So subscribe to my channel now, zenPrep. And if you have any questions or if you'd like to work with me one-on-one in online tutoring, just contact me at my zenPrep page or on my webpage, bobbyhoodonlinetutoring.com.